What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to the channel. I did a live stream to this video before, but I kind of removed it. I wanted to do like a more in-depth, and live streaming, a lot of mistakes could happen, so I just decided to do a whole video on it. For those of you who don't know, this is a fully electric motorcycle, fully electric. And apparently they've been out since around 2018, 2019, and I never even knew. I always wanted a motorcycle, but I never got one because I always thought to myself, what's the point of getting a motorcycle if I'm going to go 25 miles per hour? I'm not going to try to lose my life going fast, because y'all need to realize with motorcycles, it's not like a car. You could be speeding and you have to hit your brakes really fast because let's say a car did something, didn't see you, got in your lane, you could hit your brakes and probably fly off the bike, or you could slide, get scared. So I was always scared to get a motorcycle. Now the motorcycle that I wanted was a 2003 Honda CBR RR, but as I said, I never really got into it. So back in, I believe it was December of 2022, I saw that they had automatic gas bikes. And I'm like, an automatic gas bike, and the bike is not too fast. I knew nothing about, 50 cc's, 250 cc's. I never knew nothing about those. So I always wanted one, but I still didn't pull the trigger on it. I believe at the time they wanted $3,200 for that 200cc motorcycle, and to be honest, it didn't look real good. So probably like a month and a half ago, that's when I realized these things. I went into one store and I saw it. I'm like, oh, I want it. So I got it. Now I'm gonna go over the price, everything I did to it, how much range I get from the battery, how fast this thing go, whole bunch of stuff. Now this is a 2022, maybe, I think it is. It's either 2022, 2023. I don't know why it would be a 2022 unless they couldn't sell these things, because when I bought it, it has 0 miles on it. 0. But it did say 2022. But anyway, this is a Fly e-bike RZ. It's supposed to be like basically a knockoff of a Kawasaki Ninja. Cool with that. Cool with it. Listen, it is what it is. I love this bike. I think it look nice. Oh yeah, pardon that. That's coming from the bike. I'm scraping up the floor because this bike is big. I believe this bike is like 350 pounds. So when I gotta get the bike through the door, and yes, I live in an apartment, 4th floor, and I get this in an elevator and I bring it into the house, or in an apartment. So what happened is I would put the kickstand down and I would like drag it so I could get it in the house or in different areas. So it's scratching the floor pretty bad. But anyway, let's get back into it. I will give you a whole walk around of the bike and everything so y'all can see it, and I'll go over everything that y'all need to know. Now, this bike is no means a replacement of gas bikes. Depending on what you get, depends on your battery that you get. So a crazy story is I wanted this particular motorcycle, not this one. I knew what this one was, but the other one looked a little better. For one, it didn't have these, I guess you call them handlebars, so your passenger could just sit and grab it, or do what I do. Sometimes I will put bags on here. But it wasn't this particular bike. So what happened was the store that I went to for that particular bike that I wanted, I asked him about the battery life and everything. He said it had 3-hour battery life. 3 hours. Now 3 hours, yeah, that's not much. And it all depends on how fast you go, the weather condition. That 3 hours could turn to 2.5, or 2.5 to 3 hours. It depends on how you ride. And then on top of that, that bike is very slow because it does have the acid battery. And yeah, I met people who have the acid battery and they complain about it. Now, this is how God came in and blessed me with this particular bike. Now, I've been running back and forth to get that bike, but I didn't have my social. I didn't have a proper bank account because the last few years I've been using like an online bank account thinking, okay, I don't need no actual bank. So it was a little problem, trying to get it. The guy wanted $2,500 for the bike, $2,500. So the day that I went, I saw this store probably like 3 blocks from the other store. So when I came in, I looked at it, like, it's cool. I asked about it, things like that. Now, this bike is financed. My best friend helped me out with that. It is financed. So he told me $2,600 for this bike. I'm not gonna get it. So I went to the other store to get the other bike. His internet was messed up, his Wi-Fi, so he couldn't get nothing done. I think I sat there for like 2 hours and he couldn't get the internet to work. So then we went back to this store to get this bike. Now, remember, 3-hour battery life for $2,500. He gave me this for $2,600, 26, but he gave me the bigger battery. He gave me the 84 volt lithium battery. This is according to what he said, 10 hours of usage. Think about it. The other bike was $2,500 for 3 hours. This is $2,600, got a 10-hour battery, and it's faster. It does have a 3,000 wheel hub. At the time, I believe my second gear, the max I could go is 30 miles per hour. 30 miles per hour. And I never took it to the full, but I'm guessing the full could be like 50 miles per hour. Now, you could do a lot to these things to upgrade them. You could get 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 wheel hub to produce more speed. Get a new controller, get a new hub, and unlock the limiter, the speed limiter, and this bike will move. So the good thing about this bike, it does have front and back disc brakes, which is cool. Now, remind you, this is like Chinese bike, so it's not expensive. So don't expect it to have expensive stuff, but that's what that is. This is something I bought. It's basically a Bluetooth speaker / exhaust. Now I'm going to get into this. The reason why I bought this because the whole electric bikes, I watched videos on it. It just makes no sound, and I thought it wasn't safe to have a bike coming along cars and you just can't hear it. So this is a dual speaker exhaust, which is pretty cool. Dual speaker. Here go your pegs for your passenger. This is for me. And another thing, this came with this kickstand that pretty much rises the bike up off the floor, or the back tire at least. That came free with the bike. Now with the bike that I wanted, it didn't even have that. So pretty cool. Let's turn it on. You're gonna hear pretty much nothing, but right now I have 341 miles on this thing. I also bought this really sturdy phone holder. Now, the way this works, right? This is your turn signal right here. So to go left, I'm gonna go left. Same thing with the back, left. So in order to disengage the turn signal, just press on like that. The horn is not much, but it's better than nothing. The high beams, the flash of high beams is right here, so you can see it. All right, another thing, here go your gear selection. Now mine do say reverse, doesn't matter. As long as I don't pull the throttle, is cool, but let me put it in park because every time I move the bike, I got big hands, so it moves. So there you go. This is automatic. So reverse is basically what reverse is. When you press on the throttle and you go in reverse, it will go backwards. Then you got park, drive, which is second gear, and you got sport, which is third gear. To turn on your lights is right here. Just switch it, just like that. Sorry. Which one? I keep forgetting which one is oh, here it is right here. So you're gonna press this for your hazards. I'd be forgetting about that because I don't use it. Now this is pretty bright. Pretty bright. I'm going to turn this off real quick. Here go your kill switch right here, which I don't really use too much. Another thing is it does have a wheel lock on it, which is pretty amazing. And it also comes with keyless go. So if you, I don't have the keyless go feature no more because when they hooked up this dual exhaust, it took away my keyless go feature, but it does have a keyless go feature. I want to see if I can get that fixed again instead of me always pulling out a key. Okay, now let's turn into the Bluetooth. Now the mirrors, I don't use at all, so I always leave my mirrors up. I don't use it at all. But let's turn the Bluetooth speaker on. One. You hear it? Let's try it again.
Power off.
Now let's do it again. You hear it? So this dual speaker exhaust gives off the sound of a gas. If you hear it, it sounds like it's idling. Now with the Bluetooth, you can turn this speakers up. Let's put it to max. And the good thing about this speaker is not only you can play music, not only you have an exhaust sound, but you have this light ups. Supposed to resemble fire. It's pretty loud too. It don't sound like a typical motorcycle. It may sound like maybe like a 200cc. I know right now y'all might not could hear it properly, but this is pretty loud. It's pretty loud. I like it. So now, when you give just a little throttle, listen to it. So just like a real motorcycle, when you put throttle on it, you want to hear it. Ready? Take the speaker off so y'all can in fact we're gonna leave the speaker on so y'all can hear it, right? So also I got the speedometer unlocked, my speed limiter unlocked, and ready. We're gonna go full throttle in gear 2. Let's see how fast this thing goes. .57 in gear 2. Let's put it on sport. That exhaust does sound good. Like I said, y'all might not hear it properly because it is being recorded through the phone, but Alright. Let's turn this off. Also, it does come with a USB, so if you need to charge your phone. So if y'all wondering why I charge my phone while I have the exhaust on with the lights, I still get amazing battery life from out of this. The most I ever went is 26 miles. And let me show y'all real quick. I don't know if y'all can see it. You see it got 6 bars, right? You got the red, the yellow, and the greens. Even after 26 miles, I think that was like 3.5 hours of driving or riding, I didn't even lose 1 battery bar, not even 1. So that's pretty amazing. So if you cruise around, yes, you could probably get more than 90 miles out of this, probably 100, maybe 110 miles out of this battery if you are cruising around the city. But if you're on the highway, of course, it's going to drain the battery much quicker. But that's about it, y'all. I just wanted to let y'all know about that. And my future plans for the bike, I will be getting a 12,000 wheel hub, a newer controller, and I think that's it. Oh, and another battery. I'm gonna get another 84 volt battery, so I can have 2 of them. So if one could give me 10 hours of range, imagine having 2 of them. I could go like really fast and not have to worry about my battery. So the next thing I'm gonna do to the bike is get the battery. That's the next thing, is the battery. Then after I get the battery, I will be getting the 12,000 watt wheel hub and the controller to go with it. Then I gotta get the tire, because I heard it's a beefy tire. So I can't wait till I get the beefier tire, because I will probably feel more relaxed with a bigger tire. Now the guy at the store did tell me I don't need a 12,000. He's at 8,000 would do. Because with his 8,000, he could get 100 miles per hour. Think about it. His 8,000 wheel hub is reaching 100 miles per hour. Imagine what I could do with a 12,000 wheel hub. Now, I'm never going to use that speed, but I'm going to do it for YouTube to get a 12,000 watt hub and a new controller. And we're going to put that to the test. So if another gas motorcycle pull up, maybe I have a chance to race him. Because this bike is pretty fast. It does give off a lot of torque. So that's about it, y'all. I'm going to do videos on it once I get a GoPro. But other than that, tell me what y'all think about the bike. I'm in love with it. Peace. One love, y'all.